What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. It's Jason here, and you may have been wondering recently, where have I been? Well, where have I been? I've been pretty silent for the last 3 months on YouTube. I haven't posted that much at all, and so I'm going to be getting into that in just a second. If you don't know who I am, I'm a full-time reseller. I've been full-time for 3.5 years now, and I basically use these videos to show you exactly what I'm learning. So let me explain why I've been gone. Why the absence? Well, I've been cross-posting all of my listings, which is almost 1,500 listings now, onto other sites. And so that's taken me quite some time. I spent the last 2 to 3 months pushing everything out onto other sites, and I finally finished. So now I'm at a place where I can record videos again. I've got some time back that I didn't have before because I just was putting my head down and going. I'm thankful to have done that because it's started to pay off in sales on 6 different platforms. So I'm going to be sharing that with you today. I'm going to be going over different platforms, the benefits of each one, and what is actually selling over the last month or so on each of these sites. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it, and I'll show you exactly what's moving for me. All right, we're all loaded up. I've got all the sales I'm going to show you ready to go. I'm going to start with eBay because it was the first platform I started selling on, and let's just go ahead and knock out some eBay. So I've got about 30 something to show you, 4 or 5 per platform. Let's do it. So this first item that I want to show you, I actually put in here because I picked up quite a bit of these, close to 200 of these Habit brand new with tags shirts. You can see the tag there. I picked them up for a couple bucks each, and honestly, I was a little hesitant, but I'm glad that I did get them. Every once in a while, one sells, and I make about $10. So still have about 125 left once they sell. But it's just a Habit, and honestly, this brand is, you can find it at Sam's, so it's not like a huge higher end brand. But again, if I can find something that sells like multi-quantity items where I make $8 to $14 a piece, and I can buy them for a few bucks, then I'll definitely pick them up. And that's why I picked up this item right here. This next item that sold on eBay, and keep in mind, again, these are all in the last month. These items that I'm showing you on eBay were in the last week. These RLX Ralph Lauren performance pants. And anytime you can find RLX polos or pants, they do really well. They do better than most polos, like polo shirts, athletic shirts. And that RLX on the back. These sold for a best offer of 35 bucks plus shipping. And I mean, I only paid like 4 bucks for these, so I was very happy to see these go this week. All right, here we go. This next item, Lululemon. Love this brand. You've seen me talk about it in the past. There's the tag if you're new to it, and usually you can find that symbol on the back of shorts, whether they're men's or women's. These went on a best offer, honestly, of $44 plus shipping. I picked these up for 8 bucks and flipped them within a couple of days for that 44 plus ship. So that was a great find right there. Another brand I'm no stranger to, LL Bean. You hear me talk about this all the time. These stowaway rainwear pants. I picked up and sold these as well within a couple of days. Picked them up for about 4 bucks, and they sold full price, $39 plus shipping. All right, next up, I've got these vintage Walls blizzard proof coveralls. Got this really cool camo pattern, men's XL, and I picked these up and sold them again within a few days, not to be repetitive. There's the tag on it if you're looking for something like this, Walls blizzard proof. Obviously insulated, heavy coveralls. I got a best offer of $35 plus shipping, and for something that I paid $8 for, this was obviously a good margin on this. I'm always looking for items like this that are unique, that have different patterns, because they're gonna sell better than your typical like standard pair of shorts or pants, or just your, you know, solid color polos. But these, obviously, it's fall, it's hunting season, people are looking for stuff like this. And so that was a great find, and again, another fast flip. Another LL Bean sold on eBay. This was a women's field jacket, and just a beautiful coat here. Now for something like this, I'm gonna use quite a bit of different keywords to try and pull in a buyer. So I've got corduroy, because it was corduroy, field jacket, barn chore coat, flannel line. Those are all keywords that you want to use if that fits the description of something like this that you're selling. And this sold for 38 bucks plus shipping, and only paid $6 or $7 for this jacket. So really good margin on this one as well. I'm no stranger to LL Bean. It's a brand that sells well, whether it's new, used, vintage, doesn't matter. It sells, it's got a really good following, and I will almost always pick up LL Bean for that reason. These last two eBay sales that I'm gonna tell you about today happened back to back. It was one morning, they were two really awesome sales, and when I got the first one, I was excited. When I got the second one, I was even more excited because they were larger sales. And as you can see, these UGG Australia, really unique color block, color pattern here of different shades of brown. Even the underside of the liner, the sheepskin liner there was different colors as well. Offer came in to a buyer in Canada for $80, including shipping. And I definitely took that for something that I paid $9 for. So these Uggs, if they had just been a solid brown color, they would have gone for about half that. This pattern sold these Uggs. And again, a unique pattern gets more money. And then my last sale on eBay that I want to tell you about, these boots sold right before those Uggs, same day, same morning for $150. I paid $15 for these, and this is a brand that when you can find, you definitely want to pick up. I'll show you the bottom side there to see the logo Red Wing shoes. And these boots, brand new, go $300 to $400. So you find something like this in great condition, you can see no scuffs. Obviously, someone's going to pay up to get these boots. And within less than a week of listing these for $179 plus ship, I got $150 on a best offer. Easily took that from $15 spent. So those are my eBay sales that I had going out the past week. Some really good sales and some unique items that I wanted to show you about. Now I'm gonna switch gears. I'm gonna move to Facebook. Facebook is the platform that I started dabbling in first after I had kind of become more experienced on eBay. I wanted to branch out into cross-posting onto other sites, so I started doing it on Facebook. Now there's a reason why Facebook is one of the better sites for me to sell on, because the fees are so low, 5%. 5% compared to eBay's 12.5 plus promoted listing percent, which can sometimes get you close to 20%. So that's a huge difference of 10 to 15% that you save in fees by selling on Facebook. Enough about that. If you're watching this, you probably already know that. You may be even selling there. So let's go ahead and get into some items that sold on Facebook, starting with this first item. This sold a couple days ago, and it was a vintage 1980s Method Coogi style shirt. Now, Coogi style is a word that I used to get a buyer who may be searching for Coogi. This is not a Coogi sweater, but I definitely used that keyword to bring a buyer in. This is a great sweater. You can see a gray purplish pattern, definitely 80s, 90s style, and I got the full price that I was asking for, $29 plus shipping. And I will say that something I've noticed, whereas on eBay I get a lot of offers, on Facebook, I get quite a people that just buy it full price. I do get some offers, but a lot of times something sells full price, and I'm very happy with that. Facebook currently has a promotion right now that buyers getting free shipping, so that's definitely helped drive traffic into resellers like myself who are posting stuff on Facebook. Enough about that. As you can see, great pattern here. There's the tag. It was acrylic and a wool blend, and for something like this, people aren't buying it for the brand, they're buying it for the style. All right, next up on Facebook was this Columbia PFG, more team-related shirt. Now, I don't usually pick up PFG just because they're saturated and I don't get a lot of money for them, but I'm in Arkansas, I'm a Razorback fan, and someone is gonna buy this for that decal or that logo right there on the front, the hog right here on the front. And obviously Columbia PFG, it's good, but you want something that's unique, and the hog is what sold this for $28 plus shipping. And the last sale I want to tell you about on Facebook is this Wrangler Pearl Snap Western shirt. It has a great like Southwest Aztec pattern, as you can see. Front and back are just beautiful. I got the full price, $39 plus shipping on Facebook, which gave me profit of almost $25 by the time you subtract out fees. So great item here, and I love finding stuff like this. I want to switch gears now to Depop, because Depop has been one that has been hard to figure out. It's completely different than eBay. The people buying on Depop are not the same people that are buying on eBay, statistically speaking. For the most part, you've got an older crowd on eBay. On Depop, it's younger. And the younger crowd want vintage. The best thing about cross posting is it's taught me, especially selling on platforms like Depop, it's taught me that I need to be looking for other things, not just like bread and butter items. It's pushed me into getting creative to find those vintage pieces, like that sweater I just showed you. Now I've got some really cool vintage pieces I'm gonna show you that sold on Depop, but it's been amazing because it's helped me learn a new sector of the consumer out there that's looking for vintage clothing. And it's given me more of an eye for things that I maybe didn't have before. So take a look at these items now, and hopefully it'll kind of trigger in you what is selling right now and help you find those items as well. So this first item on Depop was probably one of my favorite items that I've sold in quite some time. This item right here, I was actually in a thrift store and another person there was holding it up. Now I don't think this person was a reseller. I think they were just buying for themselves, but they were holding it up and debating on whether they wanted it. And I was eyeing this guy like a hawk. I was watching him out of the corner of my eye to make sure if he put that down, I was gonna get it. And he did. He put it in his cart and then pulled it back out and put it on the rack. I went in, snatched it up, and was on my way. I paid $5 for this 1996 Taz shirt, and it's got a great graphic on it. You can see the front there with the Taz, the Dallas Cowboys theme, and then on the back, Down and Dirty. You can see, obviously, I want to show that it's vintage 1996. And this shirt even had a small hole on the collar, which for people who are looking for vintage stuff, they know that if an item is 20, 30, 40 years old, it may have some flaws to it. And some people most people don't really care that much, as long as it's not that bad, it's minimal. And this one clearly wasn't that bad. So I got $65 on this shirt and couldn't have been happier. I threw this next item in to show you that brands aren't always what drives a person to buy an item. Now this brand, Saddlebred, you can see the tag, see if it loads here. You can see the tag right there down at the bottom. Saddlebred is not a brand that's a popular brand. I've sold this brand before, but it usually goes to older people. The person that bought this, I'm assuming, is buying it for the style. It's a cardigan, it's a great color, and an item like this sold for $24 plus shipping. And honestly, I was shocked when it sold on Depop. But again, this is just proof that brands don't always drive a decision. And especially with kids these days that are buying vintage, they're more looking for a look, not a brand. Next up, this vintage LL Bean corduroy, like plaid heavy shirt. Let's see if you can see a better picture there, the close-up on the corduroy. It was very small corduroy. It was men's XL tall, vintage LL Bean. This went for $40 plus shipping on an item I would have gotten for $4 or $5. So very good find right there. And again, LL Bean for the win. I've got a few more Depop here. Been having a lot of fun with Depop. You can see I'm up to 25 sales. I've been building this account. I've got some feedback. And now that I'm kind of past the zero feedback, zero sales, it's helped to drive in more business. This next item right here, this vintage Orvis heavy shirt, like a flannel, was a great conditioned item. Definitely took a picture of the tag up close. There was even like one little spot on the back, but I got $39 plus shipping on this. Again, I'm paying $4 for a shirt. 4 into 39 is great margin. Here's a brand that I was honestly surprised that goes for so much money. This is, I think, a Walmart brand, St. John's Bay, a very vintage tag. But the reason why this went so well is for the item that it is. It's a Big Mac flannel. It's very heavy. It was large, tall, and it was in excellent condition. So I got $39 plus shipping on a Walmart item that probably sold for $20 or $25 back in the day. So something like this, I've definitely started looking more for St. John's Bay. If it's got the look, it's got to have that vintage look and be a crisp shirt. Take a look at the graphic on this next shirt. This Arizona Diamondbacks 2001 t-shirt I picked up at a yard sale for $1 and sold it for $30 plus shipping. Great graphic. Nothing on the back, but that front graphic is obviously what's selling it, and vintage tees are in right now. And then lastly, I picked up 2 pairs of Doc Marten boots, just like this, same size, same color, great condition. Both of them sold on Depop within days of one another. Paid $18 a piece for each of these, and they both sold for that $60 to $70 range plus shipping. This is a great look right now. If you can find boots like this that are the tall combat style boots, they're definitely selling quickly on Depop. All right, we're gonna move to a new platform now, and Poshmark has been one that has been heating up as of lately. Every month I have increased sales on Poshmark, and even this month I became a Poshmark ambassador. So I'm gonna show you 5 or 6 items there that have moved for me quickly. This first one up sold within a couple of days, these Ariat M4 bootcut jeans. These are like a Western cowboy jean. I've sold this brand before for about this price, $30 plus shipping, and they don't last long. Funny story on this item, I've been getting into women's clothing more because my neighbor, who found out that I'm a reseller, asked if I wanted bags of his wife's clothing. I was a little skeptical at first because you never know what you're gonna get, but it turns out this has been huge for me. I've picked up a lot of name brand, higher end items, many new with tags, and I've probably got 50 listed already. He still has bags I haven't even picked up yet. But this item was one that I sold. It's an Anthropology brand, Paul or Pole, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but it was a heavy cardigan sweater, and I knew that with fall here, people are looking for cardigans. They're picking this stuff up from a wide range of brands, and it went for $21 plus shipping. Now I wanna pause real quick because I forgot to mention a huge benefit to a lot of these different platforms other than eBay. All kind of have the understanding that returns aren't really accepted unless the item arrived damaged, not as described, or wrong item. The main difference with eBay being that on eBay, someone can just return it if they don't like it, whereas on these other platforms, there really has to be something wrong with it for them to return it. So this has been a huge benefit for me to have a lot of sales made on other platforms where I'm not getting really returns. I can count on one hand how many returns I've had across all these platforms in the 3 to 4 months I've been selling there. So it's been huge. You sell an item, you know more than likely if you described it well, you're not gonna get it back. Next up on Poshmark, I sold this North Face wool sweater for $35 plus shipping. Just a basic sweater, but it was in great condition. For this next item, I picked up 5 of these for $3 a piece at a thrift store. They were all the same size, all camo, hunting related, just different patterns. I've sold them all. This is the last one to go around that $30 to $35 range. And honestly, they didn't last long. So 35 bucks for these plus shipping on a really nice pair of Carhartt camo pants. There's a look at the back. And honestly, Carhartt is a really hot brand right now. It doesn't have to be camo related. If you can find Carhartt, I would almost consider picking up most, especially like pants and jeans that you find. Shirts are maybe a little more hesitant on, but all in all, it's a great look right now. Check out this vintage Dallas Cowboys 1990s like rugby polo shirt. Obviously has the sleeve details there on the front and back, has the logo on the very front chest. This sold for 30 bucks plus shipping on Poshmark, and I was glad to see it go. I knew that Dallas Cowboys are a team that a lot of people like out there, America's team, not necessarily mine, but I knew at some point someone would snatch this up. I'm a Razorback fan through and through, and I found this women's very vintage 1980s graphic sweatshirt. And that's an old logo of the Razorbacks. So I sold this for $34 plus shipping, and great piece right there, especially for someone who may be like a college student looking for something to wear on a game day. And not necessarily hugely vintage, but this was a crisp jacket with a great graphic on the front. Iowa State Cyclones, you can see right there, it was embroidered on, and this almost looked brand new, even though it was as old as the 90s. This jacket right here went for $25 plus shipping. Now, Iowa State's not that great of a team, or it doesn't have like a huge fan base compared to like USC or Ohio State or Alabama. If I had found a jacket like that, I would have a better chance of selling it faster. But since Iowa State is a smaller market team, that may be why this item sat around for a little while. All right, let's switch gears to go to Mercari. I'm gonna show you some Mercari sales that have gone out for me in the past week or two. Starting off with this beautiful shirt right here, this Polo Ralph Lauren. Again, unique pattern, gradient, color block, colorful shirt. Got $39 plus shipping within a couple of days of listing it on Mercari. Another vintage Wrangler piece that went really quickly, has great color pattern, great, just different look than the typical Wrangler shirt. And the reason why I got $34 plus shipping on something that was even a men's medium. I picked up this fleece. It was a Cabela's, like a hunting camo fleece, and turns out the model's more like Octane 02, which I put in the title there. I ended up getting $30 plus shipping on this, on something that I only paid $5 for. I'm not sure where I saw Octane 02, but this may have been something that I think it was on the inside on a tag somewhere, but if not, I found it on a sold comp, and that's how I knew to put that in the title. Last sale I want to talk to you about on Mercari just happened this morning. Vineyard Vines is a brand that has slowed down for me tremendously, but when I saw this shirt, which was different than the most of the Vineyard Vines that I find, I definitely picked it up. Great pattern here, great red, green plaid look, crisp shirt. Tag was even a classic fit Tucker shirt, and it went for $34 plus shipping. I had this for $37, buyer made an offer. That's an easy decision, $3 off in the 30s. All right, last three sales I want to tell you about were Grailed Sales. Now, Grailed has kind of slowed for me lately. I'm not sure what's going on, but for some reason, whereas other platforms have all been increasingly growing over the months that I've been on them, Grailed this month is just kind of down. So maybe that's just this month thing, and maybe next month it'll pick back up. But I have had about a couple of sales that I wanted to show you about recently. Starting off with this Gap, very vintage Gap 90s peak polo. There's a look at the tag. It even had a hole on the back, and I still was able to get a full price of $38. The difference with Grailed is when someone makes an offer, the offer is for an all-in price. So including shipping, I got 38 bucks. Next up was this Polo Ralph Lauren shirt that I picked up and sold within a couple of days on Grailed. I got $58 for this, mainly because it's a rugby shirt, long sleeve, had the padding on the back of the sleeve there, as you can see, and color block, had the big stripe, the red and blue, great colors, just a lot of things going on for this shirt. I love finding these Polo Ralph Lauren rugby shirts. And the last sale I want to tell you about today on Grailed, and the last one for this video, was Redhead, a brand that I've picked up quite a bit of. It's more of a average brand. It's not like a higher end, but when you find like heavy sweaters and heavy flannels, they do really well. And this Redhead sweater went for $35 all in, and something like this I paid $4 for. I'll give you one look at the tag. Redhead. Again, you can find this at like Cabela's and Bass Pro Shops. Not a huge brand, especially if you're just getting some of their more basic stuff, but I'm always looking for flannels and sweaters like this. So those were 30 something items that sold for me on several platforms. And I'll be honest with you, if I had not gotten all of my eBay items onto other platforms, it would have been harder last few months just because eBay has been down for me. But since I've gotten everything up and started to notice sales happening on other sites, I've been building my accounts there. It's been huge. It's been a huge lift for me. And I would encourage you, if you're not selling on other platforms, or if you're just on one, no matter which one it is, maybe you should take a look at some other platforms as well to start building your reseller business on in order to generate a little more money. That's all I got for you today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you did truly like it. And if you want more videos like this and you're not already subscribed to my channel, click the button below to get subscribed. Well, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. We'll see you around. Bye.